Salvia is a beautiful plant to grow, and in this video I'll be sharing some important tips with which you can grow great flowers on your salvia plant. And essentially these are easy to grow tips, easy to follow tips, which if you follow correctly on your salvia plant will reward you with amazing flowers and amazing growth. So let's get started, friends. First of all, let me talk about the sunlight requirements of this plant. The salvia plants thrive in full sunlight, and you have to ensure that they receive at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day. Salvia is a sun-loving plant, is a light-loving plant, and it is essential to provide enough sunlight to this plant to ensure maximum flowering during the growth season. Let's talk about how the watering should be done on this plant. You have to water your salvia plants deeply but infrequently. So you have to allow the soil to dry out slightly between waterings. This should eventually prevent root rot on your salvia plants. So you have to be very careful while watering your salvia plants. You have to essentially create a watering schedule with which your salvia plant can adjust with, and you have to follow that schedule throughout the growing season to ensure better flowering and better growth on this plant. Now let's come to the soil. What type of soil is suitable for this plant? You have to plant salvia is a well-drained soil with good aeration. Good aerations means you have to add plenty of organic matter in your soil, which will ensure enough aeration and for enough space to for roots to grow in the pot which you have been chosen for a salvia plant. Also, a sandy loam soil enriched with organic matter would work wonders for this plant. Let's talk about fertilization now. You have to fertilize your salvia plants sparingly. Too much fertilizer can actually lead to excessive foliage growth and no flowers at all. So you have to use a balanced fertilizer like NPK or DAP, and you can also use vermicompost or maybe an organic manure, chicken manure or horse manure can also work wonders for this plant. So you can do follow those fertilizers to ensure maximum flowering in this plant, but you don't have to just overdo these fertilizers, because essentially you'll see a lot of foliage growth, a lot of leaf and stem growth on your plant, but no flowers or very limited flowers at all. Now let's come to pruning. It is important to regularly deadhead uh, the dead plants, the dead flowers on your salvia plant. So whenever you remove a dead flower on your plant, it essentially gives an energy boost to your plant, which the plant can essentially use to produce more flowers in return, and it actually encourages continuous blooming. And additionally, you have to prune back the plant in early spring to promote bushiness and new growth along the stems and flowers on this plant. Let's talk about mulching. If you ever require any mulching on this plant, you have to apply a layer of mulch around the base of the plant to retain moisture, suppress weeds and regulate soil temperature. You have to ensure this is happening, because if the water is evaporating very frequently, your salvia plant might die away because of underwatering, or maybe the weeds will pop up and they will actually consume all the organic matter, all the nutrition available in the soil, and at the expense of the salvia flowers. Let's talk about what kind of pests and diseases are affected on this plant. Salvia plants are generally resistant to these pests and diseases. However, you have to keep an eye out of common garden pests like aphids and spider mites, and treat them promptly if detected. You can use a neem oil concentrate. That's a very effective organic solution to keep these diseases and pests at bay. You can use this every 10 to 15 days regularly and spray the water on your salvia plant to ensure these bugs don't attack your salvia plant. So these are the basic tips which you can follow easily on your salvia plant, and with which you'll ensure maximum growth and maximum flowering on your salvia plants. If you have any questions, any confusion about this plant or the care tips which I just shared with you, you can drop in comment below and I'll just answer your comment with whatever knowledge I have about this plant. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, comment, share this video with your friends as well, so they can follow these tips and grow maximum flowers on their salvia plant. Goodbye, friends. Take care.